good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tea Time. I am so glad you're joining me tonight. I'm going to talk about my weekend and get to my guest. Wow, has it been very busy for me. This past Thanksgiving weekend started for me on Tuesday night. I had my daughter's rehearsal dinner for her wedding, and Wednesday was the wedding at Villa Lombardi's, and it was epic. There's the entire bridal party right there, and my son-in-law, Stephen LaRose, right in front. Next pick is Valerie, my daughter, and Steven, and that was at the ceremony. And then we have myself and my daughter's mother-in-law, Ro, and that was taken at the Vanderbilt Mansion. And then that's me and Val, my daughter. So it was a great, great wedding, great time. Everyone was up dancing, eating, drinking. It was wonderful. It was perfect. The kids really did a great job, and I'm just so happy for the both of them. And now they're on their honeymoon, and they'll be back on Saturday. All right, and then Thursday was Thanksgiving, but no one in my immediate family cooked. We actually stayed in Long Island, went back to Villa Lombardi's for their Thanksgiving buffet, which was great. Friday, went to my sister's house in Dix Hills for my Thanksgiving with my family. Saturday, I was back there again, seeing my parents. And then yesterday, Sunday, was laundry, football, and then taking down all my fall decor and putting up my Christmas stuff. So it has been nonstop since Tuesday for me, and I'm not complaining because thank God it's all good stuff. Okay, so I have to get to my guest because, you know, my 55 minutes goes very, very fast. He's a good friend of mine, and he's an actor. Emilio DiFabio is in the house. Hi.
Hey, finally got here.
Finally. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you for taking the ride from Jersey.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. But yeah, you and I actually met. There's a pic of us. We were at the red carpet premiere for Recipes for Love. There we are. And that was a while ago already. You can't believe how many years that was.
About a year and a half?
No, it was more. It was more. I think it's 2 or 3.
Wow.
2, something like that. But yeah, it was like a couple of Septembers ago because it was right around my birthday.
Yes, it was. That's right.
And I think you came up to me and you're like, hey, we're friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
And, you know, even though we're in Recipes of Love together, we have no scenes together.
That's right.
But it was fun filming in Philly.
Yeah.
Wow, that's like a tongue twister. So listen, so I want everyone to get to know you. You actually were not born in the States. You were born in Italy.
I was born in Italy, yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in Abruzzi.
Uh-huh.
In Provincia di Chieti. It's a province.
Yeah.
And a little village called Monteferrante.
Uh-huh. And you
population 60 people.
60 people. That's
off
like
season.
The entire immediate family, right?
Yeah. Off season it's 60. In the summer it goes up to like 300.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know
awesome.
you posted that video of the gentleman getting married, serenading.
Yes.
Now, this is a video that I loved. It was like a scene out of The Godfather, right? The tradition is that the groom, future groom, has to serenade the future bride, and he has to stay out there and sing until she actually comes out and says, yeah, I'm marrying you, right?
Yeah, he has to keep singing until she came out. But
And the whole town is in the street.
The whole village comes because it's such a big
I
deal.
love it.
But they played with the poor guy. Like mom kept opening the windows and closing them real fast, so nobody knew, was that the bride? Like, is she coming out?
Right.
And all of a sudden she just appeared.
Right.
And he gave her the flowers and she said yes. And
I mean, if he's a really good singer, I guess, you want him to keep singing. If he's not so good, I don't know. You might want to cut
a little
that short.
rough, but hey, you had to do it. You got to do what you got to do, right?
But it was so beautiful tradition.
It was. And then after that, which not in the video, they made, I think it was 60 pounds of pasta. And the whole village parties till like 4 a.m.
Wow.
Homemade wine, pasta, everybody's eating. It's like a pre-wedding.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff.
Wow. I love that video.
Cool
I loved
tradition.
it.
Yeah.
So you came here when you were 3.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
And
almost.
Landed in Jersey.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Your dad was a Mason.
Yeah.
And you really didn't speak the language even when you went to school, right?
No. Well, we all lived in the same house, when we came from Italy. So there was nobody that spoke English in the house.
Right.
So you're raised around Italians. That's all you knew.
Yeah.
And then going to kindergarten, I spoke no English.
Right.
Yeah.
And
as we discussed, and the story.
Yeah, but it's funny, so you could tell everybody.
Yeah,
it's great.
So fast forward, did a movie down in Texas called Old Man Jackson with Johnny Ray Gibbs, and who's in it but Kathy Garver?
Right.
Kathy Garver was Sissy from Family Affair.
Family Affair, yeah.
And she lives out in L.A. So we finally meet, and we go to dinner.
Right.
And I said to her, Kathy, I have to tell you, like, I was so nervous being around her.
Oh.
I go, you taught me how to speak English. And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I go, when I first came here,
it's so funny.
I spoke no English.
Right.
And I watched Family Affair.
Right.
To learn how to speak the language.
Right.
And she just looks at me. She goes, oh my God, honey, that's so nice.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a full circle moment, though.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
You don't know.
It's insane. It's really nuts.
Yeah.
But you grew up where in Jersey?
In Cranford.
And you went to, so you like stayed there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Never left Cranford.
Yeah. And you went to high school there?
Went to high school, went to elementary school,
Uh-huh.
high school. Yeah.
And
Everything
then
was
you
in
went
Cranford.
You went to Keene University?
Yeah, I went to Keene, took some classes
Yeah,
at Keene, had some at Rutgers.
Right.
Yeah.
But did you always want to act? Because you were telling me that as a kid you did a couple of things and only got like one-liners because he had an Italian accent. So when you did speak English, it was broken English.
Yeah.
So
in elementary school, 2nd or 3rd grade, we did a George Washington play.
Yeah.
I couldn't speak English.
Right.
So they couldn't give me anything because my English was very bad.
Right.
So they gave me one line.
One line.
And if you remember, George Washington chopped the tree down.
Right.
So my line was, with my Italian accent, chop of the tree. That was it. That was the end of the play. No, that was the end of me in the play.
I love that. Chop of the tree.
Yeah.
Chop of the tree.
And then also we did
Oh
the
my
Wizard of
God.
Oz.
Yes.
And I had to run out on the stage. And again, my English was limited. So
That's so funny.
I pointed up and go, it's a twister. And I ran away. So I was the farmer. So very limited as to what I did.
It's so funny. But did at that, I mean, you were little, you were young, but as you got older, especially like in high school and stuff, were you into the performing arts or were you into sports?
No, I was into music. I
Music.
played drums for a long time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, always, the little neighborhood bands and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Always had fun with that. Did a few more plays in high school.
Yeah.
Did some, it's stuff that my friends had put together. We always had fun with that.
Yeah.
And then life starts.
Well, I think I found your first original headshot.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Back in the day.
Oh, my God.
Look at you with that DA.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yep.
How old were you there?
I was,
Wow.
I think I was 18.
Love it.
Yeah.
Professional headshots back in the day. Yeah, back in the day they were black and white. I have my black and whites from back then too.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And then you're like, I want to act. I mean,
Yeah.
What'd your parents think? You were
they support. No, they look. I had a steady job. I was working with my dad.
Right.
And I was laying block and brick and a concrete finisher.
Right.
So I had that. They looked at it as a hobby, and it's not like it's not going to be your profession. Like,
Right,
old school
right.
Italians are like, yeah, no, go to work. Go lay the block.
I feel you.
Yeah, go lay the block. Don't worry about nothing,
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. So I had headshots done because I auditioned for a few commercials.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get anything. I auditioned for a few movie things. I didn't get anything.
Right.
I was young, rushed, going to work. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
So you didn't have the time
Right.
to put into it,
Yeah.
like we
and
have
then
now.
life and then life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, it's like a lot of us, including myself and other guests that I've had on, we have this second act going on in our lives where we're able to commit to the craft now and really find the time to be available. You know what I'm saying? And you are, like you were saying, you were working with your dad, and you are very, very successful businessman. You are the vice president of DiFabio Construction Company, Inc. And you specialize in masonry, concrete excavation, and it says utilities for municipal, state, and federal.
That's all we do.
What does that mean, though? Like utilities for
water mains, sewers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what we just do, strictly government work.
That's cool.
That's all we do.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's nice, those contracts.
Well,
you guaranteed payment, I think.
Yeah, you're guaranteed you're going to get paid, but the downside of having that is your overhead is tremendous.
Right.
Your contracts have big numbers, but your overhead is crazy compared to what residential guys have.
Oh, sure.
And then your payroll, your this, your that, it all adds up.
Yeah.
Your insurance policies are through the roof.
Right.
So it's a balance. You have to work hard. I still work.
Right.
I'm still out there every day.
You do.
Knee deep in
concrete. Do you see yourself retiring from this business?
No, I love it.
No, it's not. It's a passion for you.
I love it. Yeah.
And I think that's what your father instilled in you.
My dad still works.
God bless. And he's 83?
He's 83.
God bless.
Yeah, he doesn't work.
I mean, no, he's not,
my best friend.
He's more of like a supervisor, right?
Well, he doesn't do what he used to do,
No.
but he's busy. He'll come to the
That's
job.
good. That's what keeps him going.
Absolutely. And I love it. He's my best friend. He makes my lunch every day.
Oh, sweet. Oh, made with love.
I'm not talking about sandwiches. No, I get like.
He's cooked.
No, pasta dishes.
Yeah.
Polenta.
Right.
Gets cold, I get minestrone.
Nice.
So why wouldn't I have him come to work?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, no, that's sweet.
Yeah,
that's so
absolutely.
Sweet. So you really wanted to pursue the acting.
Yeah.
And back in like 18, 19, when did you really, get serious about it again?
I started looking into actually previous to that.
Because you took classes, right? You took classes with
with Ronnie Marmo. Yeah, but the dynamics of it scared me.
Really?
I mean, you're looking at auditions online, and you're watching. You see a list of 200 people, and you're like, "Wow, what's the chances?"
Well,
and nothing's close in Jersey. You had to come into Manhattan.
Yes.
So it scared me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were a little like
natural.
apprehensive.
That's natural.
Yeah. And then I was watching a live one night, and Gary Pastor was on the live.
Yeah.
So Gary's, I love my Gary. Me and Gary are
Gary
like,
too.
he's the best.
He is.
So he's talking about Italian food. I believe it was guanciale, which is part of the pork, like the cheek part.
Right.
And he was saying something about it. And I actually, sent him a message and said, "You're dead wrong." So the next thing you know, he messages me back.
Yeah.
And he starts arguing with me. And then we end up talking on the phone.
Okay.
And crazy thing is, he lives 2 towns away.
Right.
So we ended up meeting. And the first time that we hung out, we went to Empire Casino.
Okay.
To go see Vinny Pastor's Gangster Squad band. Who was they're awesome.
Yes.
If you ever get a chance to go see Vinny's band, who's Big Pussy from The Sopranos, you have to go see it.
Right.
So Gary said to me, "Hey, bro, you got to get back into this."
Okay.
And I was like, "Well,
And this was how long ago was this?
Oh my God, this was back in 17, 18.
Okay. All right.
So he's like, "You got to get into it. You need to, yeah. So Gary says, "You got a great look. You got good personality." So Gary calls me up. He goes, "Hey, we're shooting this thing in Florida."
Yeah.
Ciro DiFabio.
Silent
Silent
Partners. And we have a
Partners.
poster of that.
Yeah.
There's it's Ciro DiFabio, Silent Partners.
Classic picture.
This
right
is now. You leave that there for a moment because that tells you and shows you everyone who's in this. Okay, you have comedian Mike Marino.
Yep.
You have Ronnie Marmo. You have Ciro. You have Gary Pastor. You have Antoni Carone. I said that right?
Yep, Antoni Carone, yeah.
Joseph D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on and on. I apologize if I'm not saying your name out loud. It's hard for me to see that from where I'm sitting. But, you're talking a lot of people in this film. This film is actually going to be premiered on Friday in Manhattan.
Yes.
If anyone goes to my Facebook page, I'm going to put up the link for it. I'm hopefully going on Friday to see it. I think it's in the afternoon. I'm excited to see this because what I did see of it, and it's a true life story of Fat Dave Icovetti. It's a true story, and I don't want to give it away, but I will say that I had on Dave Jr. on my show, and I read the book, and my jaw dropped just reading this thing. And from what I did see, all the performances are amazing, and you're in it,
yes,
my friend, and you play Frankie Batts.
Frankie Batts.
And how much fun was that going down to Florida and filming that?
It was a lot of fun.
Well,
at first I was scared because Gary goes,
well, it was your first thing
yeah.
in a long
So Gary's
time.
like, hey, listen, we're shooting this thing, and I'm like, Gary, I don't know, I'm busy with work. And he looked at me. And he goes,
oh my gosh,
what if I throat punch you? And Gary's a big guy.
He is.
Gary's got some guns on him,
Yes, he does,
So I look at him and I go, when are we filming?
All right.
When are we filming?
Twisting my arm.
Next thing you know, I'm on a flight to Florida.
Uh-huh.
Mike Marino. I think Mike was on tour.
Yes. He was down there.
Yeah, he was down there. So he met us there.
Yeah.
And Gary.
Yeah.
And we had our own little like table read.
James
Russo's in it.
Yes.
Armand Medeo's in it.
Yes, Armand.
Who's a great friend of mine.
Yeah.
So we end up, going to this mini table read. We were sitting out at the pool and watching Gary and Mike. I was like, wow, like this is intense.
Yeah.
Like these guys,
Yeah.
So we end up on the movie set and I meet Ciro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ciro's like 6'5", jacked as Jack can be, tatted up. And I'm like, who the heck is this guy?
I pretty much, other than James and a couple of the people, I pretty much have had everyone on my show. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got to get James on here.
Oh, love to.
James Russo.
Love to. Make a call.
So that was my first time back in it.
Wow.
And
what a way to get back in it.
Yeah. And thanks to Ciro, Ciro gave me a great opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, who takes somebody and goes, yeah, you're good. Sit right there.
Yeah.
And who do I sit next to? Joe D'Onofrio. So I'm like,
there he is. There's Joe.
Yeah, there he is.
Thank you.
So I sit next to Joe and I'm starstruck.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, what are you doing later? I'm like, nothing. Because you want to go to dinner? I'm like, what? So me and Joe end up at some seafood grill place in Florida.
Yeah.
Had a great time. Joe's amazing. He's an amazing guy.
He's a sweetheart.
Sweet guy.
Let's go down a couple of those pics of you with some. There's you and Ronnie.
Yeah, me and Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie Marmo.
Now Ronnie does a one-man show.
Yes.
And that's Joe.
Yep, Joe Montaigne. He's the director of I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce that Ronnie does.
And that's the one man. Unfortunately, I have not seen it yet.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm dying to see
January 12th, he's in Jersey.
Is he?
Yep.
I'll write that down.
In New Brunswick. Yeah.
January 12th. I'd love to come see it. What else you got there? Oh, that's you and Mike.
Oh, Mike and Gary. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where that picture was from.
Armand.
Me and Armand Medeo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just that's you and
Vinny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. I mean, listen, what a cast. I mean, to go back and that's your first gig, that's not too shabby.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some heavy hitters on there.
Yeah. Had a good time.
So that's exciting. How long were you down there actually filming? Do you remember?
Probably 4 or 5 days.
I
think I was on set 2, and then we actually shot.
Yeah.
And it made the papers. We actually shot part of that in Scotch Plains.
Okay.
Yeah. And they dressed the set to make it look like Florida.
Nice.
And that was my first speaking line.
Cool.
in Silent Partners. The ones I did in Florida. No, I think I did have a line in Florida, but my first actual speaking lines were in that scene in Scotch Plains.
Nice.
You know,
Wow.
with Ronnie Marmo.
Yeah.
And Mike Marino.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it was
so
awesome.
Cool.
It was awesome.
All right, listen, we got to take my first break, but please don't go away. We have so much more with Amelia when we get back. We'll be right back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Ttime on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Give some shout outs. Joe DeBarry's watching, and you're going to Florida. Not Florida. I'm sorry. You're going to LA on Friday with him. But we'll talk about that. And hello to Ann. Michael Norton's watching from Florida. Bruno, Fran, Cheryl, and Lori. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please like the show. Please share it. Tea Time is live every Monday night, 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook. And then it's on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard. And seen every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 for people on Long Island who get Optimum TV. I am with my friend and actor, Emilio DiFabio. And we met a couple years ago at the premiere for Recipes for Love. We talk about Silent Partners. The premiere is on Friday. I'm going to put up the link on my Facebook page. I've had on a really great guest. All my guests are great, but Robert Lizardo had on my show. You did American Trash with him. You played Carmine, and I think Robert's a very underrated actor. There are so many people out there who's amazing, and I think he's amazing. What was it like to work with him? Because you filmed in LA with him.
We
correct?
filmed in, I believe it was Huntington Beach. Was the studio. I played a coroner.
Yes.
Which was way off of what I'm used to.
Yeah, but isn't that exciting?
Very exciting.
Yes.
I was shocked that I got the part. I actually was self-taped in my basement.
Okay.
I had an old doctor's uniform. So I put it on.
Nice.
I didn't get a chance to really go over the sides.
Okay.
So what I did was, I'm thinking, okay, like, where can I put the sides? And I go, wait a minute. Medical examiner uses a clipboard. Got a clipboard, put my sides on.
Nice.
And I had my daughter, Sophia, with her phone, and we shoot this thing.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Diana, my rock star agent, Diana
Carter,
Carter, out in LA.
Yeah.
And I believe it was on a Tuesday. This was on a Sunday I sent the tape.
Yeah.
Tuesday I get a call, and it's Robert Lizardo. I had no idea what I was auditioning for. I had no idea Robert Lizardo was even involved in this.
Yes.
It was very hush-hush.
And he was directing it as well.
Yeah. So I get a call from Robert.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is this? He's like, Robert Lizardo. I'm like, it was like, Theresa went like this. Who's this? Robert Lizardo. I went like this. Can you hold on? Oh my God, it's Robert Lizardo. I'm like, what's up, bro? You know? So he's like, hey, I feel like I could work with you, you know? And I go, what are you talking about? He's
That's
like,
so cool.
Carmine,
Yeah.
the medical examiner.
Yeah.
And I go, that's you? I go, Diana didn't tell me anything.
Right.
He's like, yeah, man, we'll see you in I think it was 2 or 3 weeks later. I was in LA. And Robert's intense.
Not bad for a
professional.
Oh yeah.
Intense.
He's great.
What a, you know, and he directed me in that.
Yeah.
And you know, he was really in the zone, and Robert's very serious.
Yes.
So we get done with the scene, and I was scared. I'm like, oh my God, you know. He comes up to me, and he's like, great job, bro.
That's great.
And that's when Robert let loose.
Right. right.
After everything was shot that
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
that's when I got to know Robert.
Right.
Great guy.
Sweetheart.
Oh
Sweetheart
my
of a man.
God, amazing.
And then you and I were very lucky because we worked on, but again, not together. We worked on many things, but not together. We have to change that, my friend.
I know.
Recipes for Love, which is now changed. Did they change the name of Recipes for Love?
I believe it's changed to the Waddolinis.
Okay.
And it's shooting today,
Yeah,
I think, and
in
yesterday in
LA.
LA.
I think LA, and then we're gonna maybe film in the spring in Philly again.
In Philly, yes.
And that's written by Theresa Warwick,
Yes,
and Mike Lee had filmed that in Philly. That there you are with Daniel. Daniel Baldwin is that in that.
Yeah.
Nick Totoro's in that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great people. Bruce Sosha, who is also
Bruce, yeah.
and other things as well. So that was a lot of fun. Again, I wasn't there when you were there, but I had a good time.
We met at the premiere.
We did.
Yeah. Like everybody was talking about Theresa.
Oh,
Yeah, Theresa kind of started. I'm like, I'm friends with her on Facebook. I know she does that show out in Long Island.
oh, that's so funny.
And then we saw each other right in front of the theater.
I know
Yeah.
it was great. It was really great. And then again, you did a wonderful short called Bases Empty.
Yes.
And that holds a very special place in your heart. Now that was written by Armand and Lou.
Yeah.
Two wonderful people. You could throw the pickup again of Armand. There you are with Armand again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost Lou. So he's no longer with us.
Yeah,
and
that,
I was supposed to do a scene with him in Monsters On, and obviously that didn't happen. But Bases Empty. You played Blaze. It was a short. Vinny Pastor's in that as well.
Yeah.
And it's a baseball movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about a kid who basically gets framed on a murder. I don't want to talk about it too much.
Right.
But yeah, he gets framed and, things go real bad for the kid.
Yeah.
And I end up being in prison with him.
Great short. Great.
Oh,
great
absolutely. Great
Yeah.
storyline. And Vin, if you're watching, we got to shoot this thing. We have to finish it. It was a short.
Yes.
Put it out there to see,
Yeah.
how
Get
it was.
feelers.
And it was
feedback,
which was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So, Vinny knows how I feel about Lou.
Well,
Vin
and I have been texting each other, and he said he'll do my show.
Awesome.
And I am going to try, because when I had Artie Pasquale on, he's in Jersey too. And Artie was like,
Love my Artie.
Oh, you want me to come to Long Island? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And he's like, we can't do it virtually. I'm like, we can, but I want your tush next to my tush because it makes for a better interview. And I have to say, he came early. We went to go eat. Ralph Bracco joined us and a couple of other people. And you know what? He had a good time. And I said, you're going to fly home. Wasn't pleasant coming, but you're going to have a great time going. And Joe DeBarry took the ride with him, and it was all good. It was all good. So yeah, Vinny will get his tush in there too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll come and get you, Vin.
Yeah.
I'll come and get you and bring you here. Don't worry about it.
So now you do On Our Own, which was 3 episodes you did with our friend Derek Alberti.
Yes.
Let's mention him.
Derek.
Yeah.
You have a picture of Derek?
No.
Pictures of me and Derek?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
Derek's awesome. He's
great.
Oh my God. There's a scene. You have to watch On Our Own. It's
yeah.
streaming now on a bunch of platforms.
Yes, look for it.
Amazon. I know it's on Amazon Prime. I believe it's on Roku. But Derek kills it as the massage guy. Do you know which scene I'm talking about? I still can't watch that scene and not laugh. Like tears.
I know.
But when you know Derek personally, like yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that one was fun. Funny. I auditioned with Troy Burbank.
Okay.
And I believe it's Burbank Films or Leonardo Boys.
Okay.
It's called.
Yeah.
The production company. So, Billy Hartman.
Yes.
From K-Town.
Yes.
He hooks me up with Troy. So
yes.
I go down, I meet Troy.
Yeah.
And Troy goes, you're auditioning for Frankie. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, now I'm in work clothes. He goes to me. He goes, yeah, you got the part. And I go, awesome. He goes, we're going to change your name. I go, to what? And he goes, Emilio. You look like an Emilio. I go, what? He's
that's
like,
a stretch.
Yeah, we're going to keep it as Emilio.
All right.
And
whatever works.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It is hysterical.
That is hysterical. It's very, very funny. You did okay. Let's talk about for Quack's Sakes, which was a short. You played a dad.
Yeah, Vinny Langdon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny's out in PA. Hey, Vin, great kid.
Yeah.
He's very talented.
Yeah.
He runs his Staten Island Film Festival as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and Base is Empty premiered there.
Right.
So I meet Vinny.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, I want to put you in this thing." I'm like, "All right," and I'm thinking I'm going to PA. Shot that from my phone in my backyard.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So I was a dad talking to my son,
Right.
who had just gotten back from I believe it was his honeymoon.
Right.
And yeah, right in my backyard with
Wild.
my phone.
Wild.
Yeah, Vinny
It's
Vinny
great.
did an
No, it's
awesome
great.
job with that.
All right, so now let's talk about Old Man Jackson. 'Cause Old
Yeah.
Man Jackson, we got the poster for that.
There it
you go.
is, David Bourne. Yeah.
Old Man Jackson, and that, like you said, was Johnny Ray Gibbs, and
Yep.
again, Joe DeBarry's in that with you, Artie Pasquale. You play Rocky,
I play Rocky. Yeah,
and now that was supposed to premiere in New York, but because of
the SAG
the strike, unfortunately, it didn't. But hopefully, it will.
Well, actually, it was supposed to premiere in my hometown.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Cranford.
So
Okay.
Johnny Ray Gibbs.
Yes.
He's got Gibbs Entertainment and Coastline Films, I believe it is. So Johnny says, "Hey, man," and Johnny's from Texas. "Hey, man,
Got a little bit of a twang.
yeah, I want to do this in your hometown, brother."
Right.
And I'm like, "All right, great." So we lined it all up, and the strike happens.
But you went to but you did go to the premiere.
Oh, I was at the premiere
were
in
at the premiere
Texas.
for it
Yeah, we
with
went down
Joe.
to Houston with
Yeah,
Joe and Artie,
Yes.
Kathy Garver,
Yeah.
David
You
Bourne.
all went down.
Yeah.
Butch Patrick was there too.
Butch Patrick, yeah, Eddie from the Munsters.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
had him on my show. I love Butch.
Great guy.
He's great.
Yeah,
Love him to
great
death.
guy.
So that was fun. You had
Yeah,
a
it
little
was
limo
awesome.
treatment, getting out of the
Yeah,
limo, getting the premiere.
yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun that night, and to watch yourself on the big screen.
It's always
like,
cool,
oh,
right?
Yeah. We had a really good time, and we had a great time shooting that.
Yeah.
It was great, and Johnny let us kind of like work around things. You know, I believe I had a line in that, something to do with cards, and I said, "Who gave you these? My ex-kumada?" And I threw it down, and Johnny goes, "What the hell's a kumada?" And I go, "That's your girlfriend when you're
that's
married."
so
Like he
funny.
didn't get it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And he's like,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna use it.
That's
you know?
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice
So
that he kept it in.
It was so much fun shooting that though. To just and Johnny's golden, man. He's a great guy. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great. All right, so you have quite a few things in the works.
Yes.
You know, like coming up. You got some things in pre. You got some things in post. You did this thing called Dragonfly Escape from Deneb 4. It's actually a video game.
Yeah, that's actually
And that's Robert
pre.
Lozardo
Yes.
also, and Donna Lee Hesling's in that too.
Yes.
And that's nice to work with Robert again.
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait. It's actually a voiceover.
Yeah, I love voiceover work.
Yeah. So
It's a lot of fun. So that's pre.
Yeah, that's Dante D'Anthony, who's
Yeah.
in New York, and he's working on putting everything together now. And that one goes in conjunction with Magnificent Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I
So-
think we have a poster for that one, right? The Magnificent. There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that is so cool.
I can't wait.
That's Magnificent Raiders of Dimension War 1, right?
Yep.
That's so cool. I love voiceover work. I've done some voiceover work. It's a lot of fun.
I can't
You
wait
know?
to do it.
You know, whether you're putting on a different accent or a different type of voice, you can really become anything. you know, you
I
want.
was Dante said to me, "I'm going to make you an Italian guy." I was like,
Make
"Why?"
you
I go,
like you're not already.
Why you got to like, you know?
Well, you know what it is when I get an audition or when I land the role, I'll say to them, like when we win recipes in Philly, I'm like, do you want me to lose the accent? Because I can if you want me to. And no, keep it. You're the neighbor from New York. You're great. No, leave it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, all right, fine. Because that's the first thing I'll say. I have to be very aware of how I sound and talk slower.
Talk.
Yeah. And if I'm aware and I talk slow, then I could get away with it.
Yeah.
But you want me to, give you some coffee and you want to talk a little bit, we could do that too. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's easy when you keep it, but I can get rid of it. Do you find that there are times when, you have to be aware also of how you're sounding depending on the part?
Well, yeah, in American Trash. You
That's
know,
true. Yeah, to be
that
really.
movie's based in L.A.
Yeah.
I'm a medical examiner in
Right.
L.A.
Yeah.
I don't think,
Yeah.
you know, like, hey, how you doing? I hate to tell you, but somebody
the
died.
The corpse is stiff.
Yeah. I don't know
He's
who it
stiff
is.
looking.
Can you look at it and see whose face is here? Who's that? You know, it's not going to work in LA.
No,
you know,
no.
so I had to.
But it's good. It's good.
I worked on that hard.
Yeah.
You know, and it paid off. Thank God.
Yeah. No, that's
know.
great. It's so good. All right, listen, you know what's good? We got to take my second break. When we come back, more with Emilio DiFabio. Don't go away.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Ttime with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so funny because I was telling Emilio that I'm trying to get Sal back on my show. He hasn't done my show in a really long time. I'm trying to go back to. I'm telling him I'm gonna have to call his father
Sal the Voice,
to get
can
him
you imagine?
on. He's very busy. He's going to be at the Paramount. I think in December. So, anyway, so you, my friend, talk about Monsters On. We did Monsters On in Philly again.
Yes.
Something else that we've done, but we're not in any scenes.
Yeah, no scenes together.
It's so funny. And I play a news reporter. Who do you play?
You know, I forgot my character name.
Okay.
But I had to play an executive in
An
that.
executive. Okay.
The scene is with Oksana Lada.
Okay. Oksana.
Yeah.
She's great.
She's awesome.
She's wonderful.
We had a great time shooting that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
In
Monsters
Philly.
On is good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That was
really
a-
good. That's written by Steve Alexander.
Yeah, Steve.
And Teddy
Yeah.
Costance directed. Yeah, it's oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, Monster
Yeah,
On. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Hello, I'm looking at my own writing. It's Monster On. The full title is Monster On: The Art of the Craft. So I wanted to put that out there. And Steve was great. Teddy's great. Diana's great.
awesome.
Everyone's great.
They were all great.
You know, it's a family. It really is a family when we all get together and you know, like work like
absolutely. When you're working with the same
Yeah.
people, it's great.
that. I mean, it's great. Joe DeBarry's on
Yep.
that. I got Carmine on that. I'm just trying to think who else was there when I was there that day. Shout out to Sasha and Barry.
Sasha.
And yeah, I mean, it's like my LA family.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
LA peeps. Yeah.
I miss them.
I know.
I do. I wish I
know.
was going with you on Friday. You and Joe. I wish I was going. I really was. Just put me in your luggage.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could just stuff you in a suitcase. Me and Joe could both carry on. Throw you up in the overhead.
Oh my God, so funny.
But yeah, shooting Monster On was great because you know, last minute, I don't know if you know the story. We shot our scene.
Yeah.
And then Steve felt something was missing.
Okay.
We wrote maybe 15, 20 lines on a piece of paper like that.
Uh-huh.
Me and Oksana went outside and we shot a scene outside.
Oh wow.
That wasn't originally in the script.
Really?
And it worked out perfectly. Except for Oksana.
She's tall.
So yeah, so we had to walk to the
She's
car
really
together.
Tall.
And I'm like talking to her, like, you know, she's close to she has to be over 6 feet with heels.
She's really, yeah. When I met her at Soprano Con, Mob Con,
Mhm.
and I'm 5'2" without heels and like 5'5" with, and went with my girlfriend. Shout out to Kristen Tinsley, and Kristen's like 5'9", 5'10", and like they're standing on each side of me, and I'm like looking up at both of them. But yeah, they got height.
She's a great actress. She's so talented.
Yeah.
She made me at ease.
Yeah.
Like we really, really meshed and worked
Yeah.
together. And that
Well, you
last
guys
scene.
are going out with her, with Joe, and Ciro's going out there after the.
Well, Ciro has his premiere in New York
Right,
that day,
but
and
then
from
he's
what
gonna
I
fly
gather,
out,
yeah, they're gonna
yeah.
fly out.
And that's for PTSD.
That's for PTSD, and that's
Right.
shooting in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another important,
Yeah,
film.
big topic right now,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, everyone can relate. Everyone has
Yeah.
had some kind of drama,
Yeah.
trauma
Mm-hmm.
in their lives. That everyone can definitely relate.
And this is a military film.
Yes.
Again,
and it's so important.
And our agent Diana,
Yeah,
is a military veteran.
yes, she is.
So,
It's near and dear to her heart.
Yes, it is very close to her heart.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna make this one extra special.
Yeah,
We're gonna give it our best.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to.
And then K-Town. We mentioned
Yes.
Billy Hartman before. You played Gino.
Yep.
That sounds like a real Irish name, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gino.
Straight from Dublin.
You got Billy Hartman's in that. Now, Nick Turturro is actually directing it.
He is directing it, as far as I understand.
And
right now,
Michael is in that. Pare? Am I saying that right?
Michael Pare.
Pare is in
Yeah.
that.
Who's
And,
from Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yes, Eddie and the Cruisers.
Classic.
Yes, I reached out to him too. We'll see if we could pick that up. And then your dear friend, and unfortunately, Tom and I were conversing via text for him to come on my show, and we were just trying to pick a date. Tom Sizemore, unfortunately, as you know, passed away. I don't know, Carmine, if I sent that pic of him and Emilio. I don't know if you have it. If you don't, I'll have to. Yes, no, I don't know. All right, I'll have to. I thought I had it, but if not, I'll send it to you during the break. But there's a pic of you and Tom.
Yeah.
You met originally how, Tom?
Billy had an event for K-Town. It was photo shoot and got everybody together from LA
Right.
to meet, so the cast can meet everybody.
Right.
So I had met Tom the day of the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And it was like 110 degrees out.
Yeah.
So me and him are sitting in my car with the air conditioner on, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm sitting here with Tom Sizemore sitting in my car. We're smoking cigarettes. We're hanging out talking.
Yeah.
And he's just like, the guy's deep.
He was very, very, very sweet. Very sweet.
Oh, yeah.
He was very sweet. We had some nice conversations via text. And I was just thrilled that he even answered my text.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But really nice, down to earth man.
He would say to me, I just met you, bro, and I got some really good vibes. Like, he's so West Coast.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So he would give me like little thoughts. Like, I felt like I should have got a notebook out and go,
Yes.
let me write that down. Like, it
Yeah.
was so deep.
Yeah, and he was teaching.
Yes, he was.
There was a few of his classes that I was
Yep.
watching the videos, and deep, very deep.
Very deep guy. And then, we ended up being friends and exchanged numbers. And the next thing you know, we're like talking like every day.
Yeah.
But he would call and be like, hey, how's things? He was like a good friend. Like, he was concerned. He'd always call, how you doing? How's things? How's the weather out there? So we spoke about a lot of different things.
Yeah. It's nice.
Great guy.
Yeah.
And he was in American Trash for me in that scene.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
he
right.
was in that scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. And so is Gigi Gustin, who's out in LA.
Right.
She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And, it goes to show you never know what life has.
No,
You
you
don't.
don't. You really don't.
You don't know.
You really don't.
No.
And then we're doing something in the spring. You and I don't know if we're going to have any scenes together, called the Hayride.
We are going to have a scene together.
Yeah?
Diana.
You're going to make sure?
Diana.
You're so funny.
Write that contract now,
Okay.
Theresa.
Let's sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
That's coming up in the spring, and I'm looking forward to that because I think we're going to go back to Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good time.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm really, really, really looking forward
Good
to
old
that.
Philly. Yep. Love
Good
it.
old Philly.
We got to see our friend Renee.
Yes.
Cannoli King.
Oh, shout out to Renee. So
the
we can
Cannoli
send
King.
him this. Yes.
Listen, I'm Italian. He's French. That guy makes the best espresso. I couldn't believe it. I told him I'd take a DNA test to see if he's really French, but I think the guy's Italian. No doubt.
Well, I think he speaks better Italian than I do.
He does speak very good Italian.
Yes. I mean, I can understand it more than speak it, but I do want to really learn it. I really do. And get to Italy one day.
Rosetta Stone.
Everyone does that other one.
Babel?
Is it Babel?
Babbel's
Yeah.
a good one.
Or there's something else called Tres something, Three something.
Oh,
Someone told me that there's another one that you could learn any kind of language
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I don't know.
heard
I
of
gotta
that
I gotta
one.
look into it because I took many years of Spanish, and Spanish is very close to Italian. So
Oh yeah,
I'm sure I'll be able to pick it up.
absolutely, and especially if you were around it when you were younger. You'll pick it up
Yes,
instantly.
that's the whole thing. I
Yeah.
understand it more than speak it
Yeah.
because when my parents moved from Corona to Bayside, they didn't keep it up, so I lost it because my grandmother only spoke Italian. She didn't speak any English.
That's so cool.
I
love that.
So there's certain words, like I told you, that'll pop into my mind. Like the other day, I kept on hearing "bichito,"
Yeah,
and I heard that, or I'll hear just words
Sure.
just come back to me. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is crazy.
that's so cool.
All right, so listen, you, my friend, just to like skip a couple of things. You are a licensed race car driver.
Yeah.
Now we have
Drag
a pic, but that's
cars.
not you in that car. You actually
No,
sponsored that race.
That is the Rutgers racing team.
But is that something that you get behind and
No,
the
that's
pedal to the
actually
metal?
that's formula racing.
okay?
We sponsor, me and my dad through the company. We sponsor Rutgers Racing.
Okay.
We're one of the many sponsors.
Okay.
And we sponsor the team. And my niece Emily is part of the engineering team for the car,
Oh, cool.
which is awesome. No, but
so you
I'm
drag race.
drag race.
Now my brother did that in Livingston, New Jersey.
English Town.
I didn't say it right. Sorry.
Yeah.
English Town.
Yeah.
I said Livingston.
Livingston is a town in Jersey.
But they don't race there.
No.
English Town.
Oh God. No.
Okay, so English Town, New Jersey. That's where they race.
Yeah.
Okay, so my brother used to go there with his Grand Prix and race.
Yeah.
Now, like, how fast did you go, and how many did you win?
Well, there was never any serious competition. There was some side betting going on down in
Yeah, I
English Town,
know.
the old street racing
Yeah.
days. But it's really not to compete.
Right.
It's to compete with yourself, actually, because I build my own cars.
But that's the whole thing too,
And then-
because my brother had to modify his car.
Absolutely.
A lot of things he had to modify.
Yeah.
And so that's the other thing. It's kind of like, you're depending on what you're behind.
Yeah.
What
And you want to see,
you're driving.
how fast you can go down that quarter mile from 0 to 168 in 9 seconds. Can you do it?
Wow. Yeah.
Can you build a car that'll do it?
Yeah.
But there's guys with regular street cars that race. It's fun.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter what you have. It shouldn't deter you from doing it.
Right.
You could have a piece of crap car. You
When
take
did
it
you
down.
start?
You
When
run
did you
it.
start drag racing, and how did you get into it?
I started building. I started building engines when I was like 16.
Oh wow!
Like I used to get lawnmower engines from the scrap piles and rebuild them.
Really?
And then I eventually bought a small block Chevy, redid that, and just stayed with it.
Wow.
Now I'm running. I got a 70 Chevelle that's on the street, nitrous
I had
motor.
real quick, my first car was a 71 Dodge Dart. It had a slant 6 engine in it.
Cool.
And my second car was a 77 Volare with the slant 6 engine in it. You couldn't kill the engines. You couldn't kill those engines.
No, they were bulletproof.
The cars fell apart
Yeah.
before the engine did.
Yeah.
But they got me where I wanted to go.
Yeah, it's a good vice.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
money, big
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
You dump it into these cars,
Yes.
but it's a great vice to have. It's a great time.
Yeah.
you
It's
know?
cool. And that's another type of family that you get to know because you see
Oh
these
yeah,
see these
car guys.
Yeah.
Go to car shows.
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
the same guys.
Yep.
Get older and grumpier. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, listen, we got to take my last break. This is going so fast with my friend Emilio.
I don't want to go home.
We'll be right back. Don't go away, people.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrow.
Doc, Who's your favorite guinea?
Teresa Farrell.
Who you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Chuck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. My friend and actor Emilio DiFabio is here. He took the ride in from Jersey, and I'm so excited that he did. I tell everyone at the end of my show, tell everyone you love them. So I love you, my friend.
I love you
and
too.
I do. I appreciate you. I
too.
appreciate you doing this for me. And listen, before we talked about Tom, and I want to put up that pic. There it is, you and Tom. And that was that taken. Which set was that on? Because you mentioned you were on two.
Was that
was
the
K-Town
K-Town photo shoot.
Okay, that was K-Town.
Yeah, that was K-Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I wanted to put that up because that was very, very, very special. Okay, so listen, we have to talk about a special project that you're doing with a very special man who I love too, Gary Pastor. Love him.
The best.
Hoping one day to work with him as well. Something that he wrote and he's directing called Lunatics. And lot of great people in it.
Oh yeah.
You're playing Enzo. Have not filmed yet, started filming yet, but it is on IMDb, so it's not like I'm saying anything that no one, can't see or look up for themselves. But Gary wrote it. He's going to be directing it. Have a plethora of wonderful people that I've worked with and friends in this show.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for everybody. Bruce Sosha's in it.
Yes.
Armand is in it. Bo Deal's in it. Kathy Moriarty, who I've also been talking to come do the show.
Vinny.
Joe D'Onofrio's in it. Chris Tardio's in it. Did I leave anyone else out?
Vinny Pastor.
Vinny Pastor's in it. So it is.
Saul
I think Angel Salazar's in it
Angel
too.
Salazar.
This is some cast people, and I
Yeah.
am so excited for everyone involved. And Gary's just great in everything he does. I mean, I love everything he does. I mean, from Who's Jenna to Gravesend to everything he does.
Silent
Partners.
He killed it in that.
Yeah, another
absolutely
wonderful, underrated actor who shouldn't have to audition for anything, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm excited. I'm very excited for all of you that you're going to be doing this. Did you have to do some kind of stunt class or something to do something? You're going to be doing your own stunts, or you're going to be?
I think it's just a small stunt, nothing major.
Well, a stunt's a stunt, though.
Yeah,
you know
I don't think it's like jumping off the side of a building or crashing
all right.
any
Nothing
cars.
like Tom Cruise.
No, no, I don't want to make him look bad. But no, I think there's a small stunt thing. I was at a meeting recently.
That's good.
Yeah, so
no, it's exciting.
That went smooth.
It really is exciting.
Got to see my buddy Saul Stein from The Deuce. Who I love Saul.
That's
Saul's
great.
just an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And so
that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, people find you. You can find Emilio. He's on Facebook. Emilio DiFabio on Facebook, and also Emilio D 1965 on Insta. And that's where I know you put a lot of things on Facebook, not so much Insta, but more on Facebook. More Facebook.
Yeah,
me too. I'm like a Facebook girl myself. So
yeah.
It's just things that are going on, and I'm excited for you and Joe that you're going on Friday. You're going for the weekend, and it's exciting. Do you have anything else that you have coming up that I haven't mentioned?
There's a few things coming up, but we can't talk about them yet.
We can't.
No.
So you have to come back then.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back.
Yeah.
This
and then you and I might be writing and working on something together that we have in the works. That we had a meeting
at the diner.
We met at the diner.
At the diner. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I had a Caesar salad.
Oh
so
my God.
Yeah, it's Italians and food,
it's
right?
Italians and food. That's
What
all
happens?
we're saying. We're not saying anything else,
No.
but it's gonna be funny.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can't wait for that one.
It's going to be funny. Listen, I want to thank you for taking the ride out. I do appreciate it. I don't live around the corner, but you will get home faster.
Thank you for
than
having me. It's my pleasure. You kidding? I would have drove.
And you come back anytime.
I would have drove to like Ohio
you
for
said
this.
Sometimes you're on the island, right? You said you.
Yeah, we're out here quite a bit. Yeah, we get
So you have to let me know the next time when you are.
Yeah.
Thursday nights we have live bands here on Thursday nights.
That is awesome. I'm
beautiful
looking at this
Paradise
place. It's
Studios.
really, really cool. This
Friday nights
studio
we
is
do an open
amazing.
mic. So yeah, it's a beautiful place that Bobby Lacera runs here. Seriously, it's very zen and non-toxic, and everyone comes here really is impressed and loves it.
When I come back, I want a little Demitas cup here.
Oh, really?
Espresso.
Oh, okay. You know, I don't drink coffee.
Espresso.
I don't drink coffee. Coffee? I don't drink coffee. I was never a coffee person.
I need my espresso here next
You need
time.
the espresso?
Yeah.
Okay.
Diana, you need to put that in my contract.
All right, everybody, listen, I hope everyone had a beautiful and wonderful Thanksgiving. I know that I just want to wish, if you want to put that pic up real quick of my daughter and Stephen
Oh, congratulations, you
LaRose,
two.
leave that there. I want to wish a very happy, healthy, blessed marriage for my daughter Valerie LaRose and her beautiful, handsome, hardworking man Stephen LaRose. I wish you nothing but happiness the world has to offer.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Carmine, for putting that back up. Listen, everybody, tell everyone you love them, and I'll see you next week. Ciao, everybody.